unless no. It's like honestly, every time I speak to someone or every time I meet up with the team, it's just like more information, more learning. Just yeah, and that's what I'm sort of trying to do, just soak up as much information like everywhere as I can really. So.
Place from this group. Another group of 5 riders.
Hi Scott, welcome back to British Racing. Good job, boys. Give it a good go. Yeah.
We weren't seeing it. That's true.
Oh, what a strong bloke.
Oh yeah.
We've got to take your hat off to him.
To CLANCY is now ready for boarding. Please proceed to gate 21.
Yeah, I think obviously you get the actual training effect, you know, it's 5 hard, good days. But I think possibly more important is just like gelling with the team. And I think Shez said, this is probably going to be the only time that we have every rider and all the staff in one place at the same time. So it's really important just to, you know, everyone gets to know each other a bit better. So when we do get whatever combination of guys at the races, you know, we can perform well and work well as a team. And I think obviously that's something that is really, really important, especially when, you know, you're going to a race knowing full well that you're going to ride for someone. It's very easy to just be like, oh, that's my job done, and call it for the day. But to actually really max yourself out as much as you would if you're riding for yourself when you're doing it for someone else, I think that's the sort of thing you need to know them well and like them, you know, get on with them well as a person to do that well for.
Cool, so now it's paired to my phone over Bluetooth. All I have to do is now, it's going to sign into all of my third-party accounts, which I can use to sync routes, pull my workouts, so if the lads are using Training Peaks to get their power-based workouts from their coaches, all of that data is going to sync down automatically really quickly. And the way that we do that is through the profile. I can scroll through to my authorized apps. I've got my ride with GPS, so all my routes and my navigation, all that I'm planning from the computer, are now directly downloaded into the app. Great, so whether or not I'm out and about, I'm at home with some Wi-Fi, I'll be able to sync my routes from my Element app directly onto the head unit. Strava, obviously, to upload my rides afterwards. Yep. You can also pull routes from Strava as well. And then if I was using Training Peaks, as I'm sure a lot of the guys do to plan their workouts, I can sign into my Training Peaks account in the app, and then it syncs all the workouts down straight away. Hit select. Now it's going to sync over Bluetooth to the head unit. How would you share these with the riders? Is it through a WhatsApp group or through a?
Yeah, so I'll have the GPX file and just send that straight across to the riders on cool. On this occasion, the training camp file.
Cool. Cool. My route's now loaded in here.
Yep.
Speaking to some of the riders before, what's really helpful is our climbing screen. So we have our regular workout data screen. This is what we call the climbing screen.
Okay.
So if I zoom out, you can see there's the elevation profile at the bottom. So if I zoom out, you get the elevation profile for the whole ride.
Really cool, yeah.
And then that colour's in black as you go through progress through the ride.
Through the ride, yeah. There she is.
I'll wait for that to come through on there. So if you open that up, In this part here, you would get an option to open with elements. You can scroll through, copy to element, and that's now within your element app. And then all the rider has to do is copy that route across from the app to the head unit, and we're good to go.
Let's do that. Let's do the first one, just changing to that roundabout.
Yeah.
See where we're at.
2 groups.
Split it.
Careful on the slip.
Right. Kind of,
So get out there, first 7 riders, whoever you are, just go for it. Next 7, give them a minute or whatever, just so they're out of sight, and then
same deal.
yeah, we'll start the back. Through and off, everyone knows how to do that.
But for my young guys, this is all about communication, okay? It's important that you keep it tight, keep it safe. Bear in mind the roads are open, so you need to make sure you're not taking any risks. There might be a roundabout across here, I can't remember. Just be careful going across that roundabout, nobody takes any risks, okay? Keep it going, keep it going.
Set a big gap and then just go here. Like that.
Yeah, keep it going. Can I have Scott, Dylan, Chris, Freddie, Red, Briggsy,
Morning, my name's Graham Grimstone, work for Tram. It's a pleasure to be here to have a chat with you and talk you through some products today. So we won't take too much of your time because we know you want to get out and ride, and why not? Perfect weather, perfect conditions. So, what are you going to be using? You are going to be using our newest group set. It's called Access, or Red Beta Access to give it its full name. This is the newest, latest generation of a product that we started work on over 10 years ago. On your bike here, you're running disc now, so 160 front, 140mm rear discs. Moving around to the crankset at the front, integrated power meter on this particular one. What you've actually got here, you've got the power meter, which is obviously hidden behind here. The inner and outer ring are machined from one piece. That makes it much stiffer, much lighter, and because that's then directly manufactured into the power meter itself, it's much more accurate over a greater period of time.
So, wherever I am on the cassette,
Yeah.
if I change the chain ring,
Yeah.
if I go to a smaller chain ring, it'll drop down 2 pucks.
Pedal, sure. There you go. Come down as well, and then up again.
Oh yeah. Because on my training bike, obviously that doesn't have it, so
No.
I'd shift and just keep holding one for another split second.
You've got it already in
So
there.
you just,
Now the beauty of it is now you've got that switched on.
yeah.
So you're riding, you haven't got the app on. If you want to turn it off,
What, the sequential shifting?
you can turn the enhanced mode. Press that, turns it on. Press that, turns it off. So that on, that off. So if you're out and you don't want to do that, and you don't want that switched on, you just press those buttons.
That's smart.
So Chez, what's the plan today?
it's all about media day today, so it's sponsor engagement. You know, we want to give the sponsors an experience of doing an individual time trial. So there's an element of competition amongst those guys. They've all revved up and ready to go. Bets are on as to who's going to be the fastest sponsor. And then I guess for the guys, we've had 3 fairly difficult days training. So today is a little bit of a recovery, but an element of training for those guys as well. So there's some guys that, you know, the younger guys need to recover a bit, but the older guys, maybe the more senior guys, we're going to see what we've got, I guess, in terms of time, and want to sort of blow the cobwebs out, I guess.
And there's been a fair bit of banter with the team that I've just been witnessing. That you know, obviously a lot of pressure on Adam. It looks like obviously Adam is the resident hill climber here, and you know, I think he's got form at this place, I believe.
I think so, yeah. And I think he's secretly looking forward to going balls to the wall up the Calder Rats.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about the climb. What is the climb? How does it play out?
Yeah, it's 6.5 kilometres is the Strava segment, which everybody goes on about. I guess I think Adam's sitting in 4th place at the minute. So yeah, it'd be nice to have a bit of banter around the table tonight if we can crack the old Strava record.
Got the start sheet.
Start sheet, sign on, boy.
Ed.
I'm chasing you.
Ed and then me.
Soon I'm chasing Liam.
I'm here. Has anyone got a pen?
Oh yeah, you're chasing Liam.
Anyone got a pen to sign on? What's that at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Adam, you're at 6 o'clock then.
130 seconds.
They're on their way down. You guys got all your warm jackets in
Britain's a while off,
In that car. Halfway up.
Well, it's going to take them 5 minutes to get up to the top, isn't it?
I've had a mechanical already.
Oh no!
Right, so we'll get ready to film Ken Dog.
The Ken Dog. If he overtakes me, don't film that part.
Guys, as soon as the team car gets to the top, we'll get a phone call and we'll get the show on the road.
Right.
Oh, he's there.
10. 5. 3, 2, 1, away.
Oh yeah.
You love that shot, don't you? You love that shot. That's all rolling into the car park. Glad we didn't go out earlier.
The main thing popped to my head was consistency. Consistently good sleeping, consistently good diet. Alright, the numbers do make a difference, but sometimes it can drive you insane and burn you out mentally. But just a general good consistency of training, not overloading, not too much, but not too little. You have to find your medium that you work at, because everyone's different. That's another thing, you know. Some people can put an 8-hour week in the middle of the season and they keep going because they've got the intensity and then the endurance from some of the races they're doing, and then other people need to keep it 15 hours. I've had a chat with a couple of people about this, and you realise I learned so many things from consistency to then also just keeping it personal. Like, you are a human, there's mechanisms that everyone has is the same, but everyone isn't a machine.
Things go wrong, and it's normally because people are involved. We're fallible, we're human beings, we've got to accept that. If we think we know everything, then we're actually setting ourselves up for failure. Once our back's against the wall and things are not going right, that's when your true value shines through. And I think that's a huge element of team performance in a team sport like cycling. If you get the values right and you get it aligned to each individual within that team, and it starts at the top with Shez and the management team, then you're going to set yourself up for success, because you're truly tested when you're up against it.
Can I have Scott, Dylan, Chris, Freddie, Red, Briggsy,
From the first moment I spoke to Shez, it just seeps out of her in everything, every pore, every word she uses. It's all about doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons with the right people around her. And it was something that drew us in as a values-based organisation, that we can very quickly align to the common goals and we can play a part in driving performance gains. Well, there's a direct crossover. I mean, one of the main principles of what we look to do is, with the individual, the collective and the organisation, is to create a clarity of purpose and also alignment in the person. So they've got to be true to themselves. They've got to be open and honest and transparent, and they've got to be open to learning. And I think once you get those merged together, then you're setting yourself up for success, or certainly the best possible outcome. That'll be a trigger, because I know Ed wants to say a few things. You sort of, over to you, mate, if you want to say a couple of things?
Yeah, I'll say a few things. So just for me, from a personal point of view, I've always considered psychology, sports psychology, to be, you know, we often talk about marginal gains in the Bill Brailsford talk about that since the dawn of time, but I think for me personally, like once I started interacting with Dr. Steve Peters back in British Cycling, it was a bit of a game changer, to be honest. It was like a monumental leap, not just for myself, but you've heard Chris Hoy and Vicky Pennington and so on talk about how much they felt that support benefited them. And you know, if you went to watch like Steve Peters' path, you know what he did with Liverpool Football Club, resurrected Ronnie O'Sullivan's career in snooker. I think that just shows what power a good psychologist can have. I guess the second thing I was going to say is it's almost quite topical in cycling at the moment. It's, you know, it's difficult. It can be difficult. I was speaking to a few guys on the ride today, and you realise that everyone goes through, you know, we take the piss all the time, don't we? Have a good laugh, and it's all bam, 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 and lads on tour. But you know, it was interesting today to kind of hear a few of the stories from the riders you'd least expect to be having a tough time, actually. And yeah, I just think it's important. And the thing I was going to say is, it's not a case of like buying into these guys here, you know, Phil Quirk and Phil Kelly, you know, business partner at Pro Noctis. It's a case of just taking advantage of them, because it's unusual for people like them. They're just sports fans, they're cycling fans, they're sports fans, and they don't need, like, they definitely don't need our money. They definitely don't need us to waste their time. It's unusual to find guys like them that aren't going to charge you £1,000 an hour to access their support. So take advantage. It's an absolute game changer. And the thing is, you know, when you talk about this subject, people think it's like some sort of black magic or something, you know. It's a bit like you're talking about spirituality and Zen, and it's not. It's a physical thing, you know. Look at the world's most successful cyclists like Geraint Thomas, Chris Hoy, Mark Cavendish. They're all generally pretty confident, pretty happy people. And it's like, what came first? Everyone just thinks, oh well, they're happy and they're confident because they've won a lot of races. It's the other way around. They're confident, happy people, and that allows them to sort of think with logic rather than emotion, put a process in place. Obviously they need talent along the route, and go off and win.
We're just leaving the hotel to go go-karting on the last day, so yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to see who's the quickest. Liam's giving me the dirtiest look in history.
I didn't know he was videoing. Voila!
Let's turn the heating all the way to the max.
Oh no, you kill everyone. I can't concentrate.
Who do you reckon's going to win, Joe?
Well, it's not going to be me. I know that.
Oh, negative Welsh.
My money's on Clancy.
Okay, I'm going for Adam. I think Liam's a dark horse. Yeah, it's going to be Liam.
I'll put money on Liam.
I've got, yeah, long odds on Liam as well.
I'm not saying it.
Oh, missed the wicket.
Liam, Dylan, Red. Oh, come on.
Tim.
How's Liam so quick?
Cautious Tim was shed.
Some race feedback. Flat out. I don't know really. It was mega. Yeah. Flat out around all corners pretty much. One corner to brake on and avoid Mike. That's about it.
Yeah, so you know, I think as well as the camp, we've got through some great training. I have to say, you know, the guys have been very committed. It was great to see some of our more senior riders take a leadership role. I have to, you know, hats off to Ed Clancy, Ali Slater, Scott Thwaites, Brigger. These guys are consummate professionals, and it's super nice to, you know, to be able to be working with these guys. And what a privilege, you know, for the up-and-comer younger riders, and equally so, you know, to sit and discuss the race program. That's fast approaching, and then to get the news, you know, during the training camp of the invitation to the Tour of Yorkshire, which is a huge milestone. You know, I think this is our 5th invitation to the Tour of Yorkshire, so it's great to have ridden every edition so far. And I'm looking forward to taking a strengthened team and hopefully a very competitive team to the Tour of Yorkshire.